How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
That's good. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I was born in Warsaw, Poland on November 7th, 1867. I have 4 siblings. I went to the University of Paris. I work as a chemist. I have 2 lovely daughters named Irene and Eve with my husband, Pierre Curie.
Well, that's just great. Let's talk about your your life as a chemist. Let's start off asking, what are you famous for in the chemistry world?
Well, I helped discover radiation. I also discovered radium and polonium.
Describe to us what radiation actually is.
Well, basically, radiation is energy in transit in the form of high-speed particles and electromagnetic waves. We had previously discovered these 2 new elements, radium and polonium, and we noticed that both gave off a weird ray-like activity, which we later called radiation.
So how did you discover these elements?
Well, my husband and I were testing the radiation of uranium when we noticed that in the sample we were given, the radiation was stronger than uranium on its own, so there had to be an unknown element somewhere in the mix. That element was found to be radium.
Very interesting. Can you tell us a little more about the element?
Well, after studying the rays coming off of radium, we hypothesized that the rays themselves were an atomic property of the atom. During that time, another chemist had proposed the idea of atoms not being solid and having multiple parts. His name was John Dalton. He proposed that the different parts were protons, neutrons, and electrons. So in our tests, we found that this atomic property of radiation affects the proton count of the element we passed radiation through, therefore supporting his theory that of there being multiple parts to an atom.
So have you found out if radiation can affect humans in any way?
Well, after being exposed to it for long amounts of time, we have come down with what we refer to as radiation burn. It causes redness and sores to open up and usually lasts around a month or so. Even then, we saw that it could be used as a beauty enhancer for women wanting a nice cherry color, so we sold it for a short amount of time.
Were you ever recognized for your work?
I was actually the first woman to ever receive a Nobel Prize in 1903 for physics, and later in 1911 I received another in chemistry.
Well, that's amazing. Congrats on those.
Thank you very much, and thanks for having me.
Well, thank you for coming.